when most people think of NASA, they imagine spaceships or rovers on Mars, or astronauts, or water found on the moon, like we recently announced. And of course, all of this is true, but a lot of people don't know that when NASA was founded in 1958, one of our initial goals was to study the Earth from space to advance scientific understanding and use that information to benefit society. This is our constellation of satellites, and we're monitoring the entire planet every day. In fact, this is our current constellation. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see Sentinel-6 Mike Freilich, which we're going to launch a week from Saturday, and that's our newest satellite to measure sea level height. These satellites enable us to take pioneering observations of our home planet and to see the Earth in ways that we've never seen it before, to look at our soil, our water, the atmosphere. And combining this information, we can see the Earth as an interconnected system and see the So this animation shows let's see if I can get it animated. Let's try it again. Right, there it goes. This animation shows a progression of global surface temperature anomalies from 1880 up until last year. And the higher than normal temperatures are shown in red, and the lower than normal temperatures are shown in blue. And of course, the decade that just ended is the hottest on record. And every decade since the 60s has been hotter than the one before that. So it's pretty staggering to see it from this global perspective. And of course, this is an image of the nighttime lights from our VIIRS satellite day-night band. And it's extraordinary, of course, to see the cities, the urbanization. And of course, this type of data can also be used to find and look for new settlements. But one of the challenges, and it was really nice to hear some of the introductory remarks from Henrik and Manuel, is that satellite data, it's great data, but there's that gap of that actionable information to be used, as was discussed, that the science, the technology, and the governance, as Manuel talked about. So NASA and USAID joined forces 15 years ago to create the SERVIR program. It started as a small project and now has become a global network with regional centers in Africa and Asia, and our newest hub, what we call them, in South America. And SERVIR really brings together the best of NASA. We work in space, we travel into space, we use the unique vantage point of space, and USAID, who works around the world with that goal of what we say, connecting space to village and empowering countries around the world to use satellite information to address these critical challenges. We have 4 thematic service areas that we work in: agriculture and food security, water and water-related disasters, land cover and ecosystems, and weather and climate. And this is the map of the countries that we work in. We work in over 45 countries, and you can see the different hub organizations where we actually, through USAID, have people based and working as part of the network. SERVIR Amazonia is our newest hub, as I mentioned, and it was launched in December of 2018. I have to use the term launch since we're NASA. And it was with CIAT and ACA, Imaflora, SIG, and Ecociencia, and other partners. And it covers the Amazon Basin in Colombia, Peru, Brazil, Ecuador, and Guyana, in Suriname. And the hub is working on various services related to fires, droughts, water resource management, and much more. And one of the pillars of our work is really this co-development model. It's not like we're developing a whole bunch of things at NASA and saying, here you go, but it's a true co-development based on those needs that Manuel talked about, and really building out the services together. And at NASA, they're really developed in region with that regional context, that appropriate technology context. And we at NASA provide that technical backstopping. So let me give you just a few examples very quickly. In Eastern and Southern Africa, we are mapping land cover. We use in over 14 countries. It used to take, we used to map for greenhouse gas inventories every decade using new tools like Google Earth Engine. We can actually map every single year, and actually the countries are doing it themselves. In places like the lower Mekong, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and Myanmar, we've created a new system called the Regional Land Cover Monitoring System, where they're actually using primitives, basically biophysical characteristics like vegetation color or tree height, to map the land cover in new ways and be able to harmonize that and customize it across the region. In the Peruvian Amazon, coming closer to this community, of course, mining activity has increased, and traditional satellites, the optical satellites, can't collect data in the rainy season. So there's new radar satellites that enable us actually to peer through the clouds, especially in the rainy season. And the image on the left shows how mining activity has increased over the years in the region. And the image on the right, you can see the difference. You can see the optical data versus that radar data that can actually see through the clouds. Basically, the SERVIR Amazonia has created a new service called RAMI for radar mining and monitoring that allows monitoring of mining areas through these radar images to provide near real-time information on the mining activities to officials and other people that can use that type of information. We have a new global service called Collect Earth Online. Very excited that this now has, as of a week or so ago, the new Norwegian planet data that was talked about at the beginning that Henrik mentioned. And this is a new way we can actually crowdsource a way of collecting reference data for land cover monitoring. And if you're interested in using this, just go to collect.earth. It's free, and you can use it. And again, really a shout out to the Norwegian data, which is a huge complement to this service. And finally, the power of the SERVIR network really enables services in one region to be transferred and scaled to another region or even the entire planet. And in his book, The Orbital Perspective, astronaut Ron Guerin talks about leveraging new technologies and networks and using them in new ways that we've never used it before. And at SERVIR, we are really leveraging and we've embraced that orbital perspective. And at NASA, we're really excited to continue to work and listen to the communities and continue to develop new satellites and new technologies to continue to monitor our home planet. Thank you very much.